Okay, so have you ever thought about starting a YouTube channel? Maybe even making money from it.
It's a pretty popular dream these days.
Right. And we found this really inspiring story about this creator named Jen.
Her channel's called Silver and Solo.
Yeah. And guess what? She managed to monetize her whole channel in just 10 weeks.
10
It's
weeks!
insane. So we did a deep dive into her whole story to pull out the most important things that you could actually use
Yeah.
to learn from her experience.
And I think what makes it even more impressive is that she's 58 years old and had zero video experience before this.
It's amazing.
It just goes to show you the power of the creator economy.
Yeah.
You can really jump in and find success at any age.
Exactly. And here's the thing, right? She didn't even start with the niche that actually ended up making her successful.
Interesting.
It's like how many of us, have an idea and we get started and then it's like, wait a minute.
This isn't quite what I thought it would be.
Yeah.
You got to be able to pivot, I think. And her story is a perfect example of how just being adaptable and open to change can, really make a difference.
For sure. For sure. So let's rewind all the way back to the beginning. So she started her channel in May of 2023.
Okay.
And then she posted her first video in July. And it was just her walking her dog. And it got 0 views.
I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that.
Oh, totally. I feel like that's most people's starting point, right?
It's a good reminder that even those, super successful creators,
Yeah.
a lot of them start small. The important thing is just to start and to keep learning and improving as you go.
Totally. So she originally started her channel just to document her first cruise experience,
Makes sense.
which I think is so smart. It's just take something that you're excited about and turn that into a channel.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be this big, crazy, never before seen idea.
Totally.
Yeah.
I think sometimes authenticity shines through the most when you're just genuinely passionate about something that you're sharing.
Totally.
And there's just something, I don't know, really engaging about seeing someone learn and explore something new,
Yeah.
Even if I'm not into cruises, I can still relate to that excitement of diving into something new for the first time.
Exactly. Okay. So then fast forward to New Year's Day 2024, and she sets this pretty ambitious New Year's resolution to monetize her channel.
Wow.
Now at this point she has 69 subscribers
Okay.
and 230 watch hours. But to join the YouTube Partner Program and actually make money, you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours in a year. Did you know that?
I think a lot of people don't realize those are the requirements.
It's kind of a lot.
It's pretty daunting, but, it helps to break it down into smaller steps.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what she did. So Jen decided to commit to making 2 videos a week.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah. One video focused on her analytics and her progress towards that goal. And then the other video was just related to her Silver and Solo theme.
So she's putting in the work for sure.
Definitely.
And another thing that's so encouraging is that she was using super basic equipment.
Oh, like what?
Just her phone, a cheap tripod, a gimbal to keep things steady, and just a simple microphone.
That's great.
Yeah, she was just filming in her house or walking her dog.
Yeah.
Which I think shows that you don't need a fancy studio or expensive gear to get started, right?
Absolutely. And it just speaks to this broader trend we're seeing of just, content creation being more accessible.
Right.
The tools to make really high quality videos are becoming more and more affordable and easy to use. I mean, you can basically start creating content with just your smartphone.
That's so true. And she didn't just start filming randomly. She actually took the time to really study YouTube, learn from other creators and figure out what works, which I think is something people often skip over.
Yeah, they just want to jump right in.
Yeah, and they don't take the time to understand the platform first.
Absolutely. And there's so much you can learn from creators who are already successful.
Right.
They've already kind of figured out what resonates with audiences and how to navigate the technical side of YouTube.
Right, exactly. And there's this one piece of advice that really stuck with her. It came from Mr. Beast.
Oh, wow.
And it was so simple, but so powerful.
What did he say?
He said, your first 10 to 20 videos are probably going to be bad.
He's not wrong.
And that's okay. He's just keep going, just keep learning, just focus on improving one thing with each video.
I love that. It's not about perfection. It's about progress.
Yeah.
It's that constant improvement. You don't have to get everything right away.
Totally.
Just embrace the learning curve. I mean,
Yeah.
how many of us learned a new skill and we're instantly amazing at it, right?
Not many.
No, it takes time.
So she was like consistently making content, experimenting with editing, learning as she went.
Hmm.
And she was sharing all of this with her audience too,
That's great.
which I thought was so cool. It felt very transparent, you know?
Absolutely.
Like you're a part of her journey.
And that transparency builds trust.
Yes.
It shows your audience that you're a real person, learning and growing just like them.
Exactly. But, okay, so here's the thing. Even with all this hard work she was putting in,
Yeah.
things weren't exactly like taking off, you know?
Okay.
So after like 6 weeks, she's making progress, but it was slow.
Mm-hmm.
And then like week 7 hits and she only gains 1 new subscriber.
Oh, wow.
Can you imagine how discouraging that must have felt?
Oof. Yeah, it's a tough feeling. I think every creator can relate to that, hitting a wall or questioning whether you're on the right track.
Yeah, it's like you hit this plateau and you're like, should I even keep going with this?
Totally, totally. But the important thing is that she didn't give up.
Yeah.
And this is where things start to shift for her in a really, really unexpected way.
Yeah.
It's like those moments when you feel like, oh, this is a setback, but they can actually turn into breakthroughs.
Yeah.
It's like the universe is pushing you to like, try something different or look at things in a new way.
And for Jen, that little push came from a comment on her, like, week 7 video.
Interesting.
And this comment, like, totally changed everything for her channel.
Wow.
Which I think is so cool because it just shows the importance of, like, actually talking to your audience.
Engaging with them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think building that sense of community around your channel is so valuable.
Totally.
Because those little interactions with your viewers, they can spark all sorts of new ideas.
For sure.
And even like reveal a direction you might not have even considered before.
Okay, so what was the comment?
Yeah, I want to know.
So someone asked her about her experience of getting like let go from a job that she had for 22 years. Talk about a tough situation, right?
Yeah, that's got to be hard.
But she decided to make a video about it in week 8.
Brave.
And that video really connected with people, and she gained like 29 new subscribers.
That's great. Up from just 1 the week before.
Yeah.
See, it really does show the power of just being, vulnerable and authentic.
Yeah.
When you share those personal experiences, especially the ones that, a lot of people can relate to, it helps you connect with your audience on a much deeper level.
Totally.
They start to see you as a real person,
Yeah.
someone who's gone through ups and downs,
Yeah.
just like them.
Exactly.
And that builds trust.
Yeah.
And it makes your content so much more interesting.
It's like that saying, people don't connect with perfection, they connect with authenticity or something like that.
I've heard that.
Right. And her story just proves that, right? That, like, she started out focused on the Silver and Solo theme.
Yeah.
But then, like, this totally unexpected turn where she shared her job loss experience, like, brought this whole new level of engagement to her channel.
It's amazing how, like, those unexpected turns can lead to something so positive.
Totally.
It's a good lesson in being flexible and open to adapting.
Yeah.
Sometimes the content that really resonates with people isn't what you planned at all.
Right.
It's about listening to your audience and being open to those, like, little surprises along the way.
And that's when things really, like, glue up for her.
Oh,
In week 9, that job loss video, like, went viral.
Ooh.
It started getting shared all over the place. People were talking about it. And her channel just, like, started growing like crazy.
It's funny how that happens,
Yeah.
It's like momentum.
Yeah.
One piece of content takes off, and then all of a sudden you've got this wave of new viewers and subscribers coming in.
Totally. And she was ready for it too,
Wow.
Like she'd been putting in the work, making those videos consistently, honing
Yeah.
her skills. So when this viral moment happened, she was in a perfect position to take advantage of it.
She had built that foundation, right?
Exactly. And in week 10, she gained over 1,700 new subscribers
Get out.
and 3,100 watch hours.
That's insane.
It's crazy how fast things can change with, like, just one video
Yeah, it's amazing.
when it really connects with people.
I mean, it just goes to show the power of storytelling.
Yeah.
And authenticity, right?
Mhm.
When you share something real, something that resonates with people on an emotional level, it can have such a big impact.
Totally. So by February 29th, she hit 1,000 subscribers.
Amazing.
And on March 3rd, she crossed the 4,000 watch hour mark.
She did it. 10 weeks.
She achieved her goal.
I know.
That's incredible.
That's amazing, right?
I mean, it's so inspiring to see, especially considering she had no experience.
Yeah.
Her story proves that, like, you can achieve anything if you set your mind to it.
Right.
You just got to have that dedication, that
Yeah.
willingness to learn and put yourself out there.
Right.
Totally.
Hmm.
And there's one more thing about her story that I thought was like super interesting.
Okay.
So she actually shared how much money she made from AdSense in her first month.
Oh, wow. So she actually showed her earnings.
Kinda. For people who don't know, AdSense is how Google pays YouTubers.
Yeah, it's how most creators get that initial revenue from their videos.
Right. Basically, ads play on your videos and you get a portion of the money from those ads.
That's right. So how much did she make?
Well, she didn't say the exact amount in the video,
How
but she
that
said it was like significant.
touch it?
And considering how fast her channel grew, it's probably safe to assume it was a decent chunk of change.
That's awesome. I mean, it just goes to show that this whole YouTube thing, it's a real possibility.
Hmm.
You really can build an audience,
Yeah,
create content you're passionate about, and turn it into a source of income. And it's
exactly.
never too late to get started.
So what are like the biggest takeaways from her story? What are the key lessons that our listeners can actually apply to their own YouTube journey or even like just to life in general?
Well, I think the biggest one is just to start.
Yeah.
Don't overthink it. Don't try to make the perfect video right away. Just take that first step and get creating.
Yeah. It's better to have something done
Exactly.
than to have nothing and be striving for perfection.
Jen's story is like proof that you'll learn and improve as you go.
Yeah, it's all about putting yourself out there and learning from those experiences.
And remember, consistency is key.
Yes.
Jen stuck to that schedule of uploading twice a week,
Hmm.
and that helped her so much.
Totally. It's like you got to be consistent.
Yeah.
It builds momentum and it tells YouTube's algorithm that, you're serious about this.
Exactly. You're a reliable source of content,
Mm,
and that can really help your videos get discovered.
for sure. And another big lesson is, being adaptable.
Yeah.
Like Jen didn't just stick to her original plan.
Mm.
She listened to her audience. She looked at what was working and what wasn't.
Yeah,
And she wasn't afraid to change things up.
that's so important.
I know that willingness to like evolve your content based on feedback is such a valuable skill.
It is.
Not just for YouTube, but for, anything creative.
I totally agree.
And don't forget about engaging with your audience, like actually responding to those comments,
Yeah.
acknowledging your viewers.
Makes them feel seen.
Yeah, and building that sense of community around your channel.
Well, that's how you create those loyal fans. Right?
Yeah.
That's huge. You never know. You might stumble upon your next big breakthrough just by listening to what your viewers have to say.
It really makes you think about those comment sections differently, right? Like they're not just for random thoughts.
Right.
They can actually be like super valuable.
They can be, if you're actually paying attention and engaging.
Yeah, totally. So as we're wrapping up our deep dive into Jen's story, I'm curious what stands out to you?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think for me, it's just like a really good reminder that success doesn't always happen overnight.
Yeah.
It takes time.
Mm-hmm.
It takes persistence.
For sure.
And it takes like a willingness to keep learning, keep adapting.
Yeah.
And Jen's story is proof that it's never too late to go after what you want.
Totally. It's so easy to get caught up in comparing ourselves to others,
Oh, yeah.
especially online.
Especially on YouTube.
But her journey shows that everyone has their own path and their own timeline.
Exactly. And I think it's so important to remember that success can look different for everyone.
Totally. What does success mean to you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like for some people, it might be reaching millions of viewers, building a massive brand.
Yeah.
But for others, it might be something smaller, like creating a tight-knit community.
Right.
Maybe earning a little bit of income on the side, doing something they love.
There's no right or wrong answer, right?
No, it's about finding what works for you,
Yeah.
playing to your strengths,
Yeah.
and being authentic to who you are.
I love that. And as Jen's story shows, it's often the people who are willing to be vulnerable
Yes.
and authentic and connect with their audience on a deeper level
Mm.
who find that success that really feels good.
Yeah, it feels sustainable too.
Yes, exactly. When she was talking about her AdSense payment, it got me thinking, like, what are some other ways that creators can actually make money on YouTube? Because AdSense is really just like the starting point.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So beyond those ads, creators can look into things like channel memberships,
Oh, yeah.
where viewers pay a monthly fee to get exclusive content and perks and stuff.
Like bonus videos or like behind the scenes stuff.
Exactly. There's also things like merchandise,
Oh, yeah.
selling T-shirts, mugs, all that fun stuff.
I love that.
Then there's sponsored content where brands pay you to like feature their product or service in your video.
Oh, that's a good one.
affiliate marketing,
Yeah.
or you earn a commission by, promoting other companies' products.
Makes sense.
And you can
Yeah.
even get into like online courses or coaching.
Oh, wow.
If you build up expertise in a specific area,
It's like a whole business.
it really is.
Wow.
It's about diversifying that income,
Yeah. Yeah.
creating a more sustainable model for your channel.
So you're not just relying on one thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the best part is you get to choose the methods that feel right for you and your audience.
I love that. So to wrap things up, Jen's story is such a powerful reminder that you can really do this, Success on YouTube or with any creative thing, really, it's achievable.
It
If
is.
you have the right mindset
For sure.
and the right strategy and like a lot of heart.
You love what you're doing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
We hope this deep dive leaves you feeling inspired and ready to, go after those dreams.
Absolutely. And just remember, keep learning,
Yeah.
keep experimenting, keep connecting with those viewers, and most importantly, keep creating.